Ross Chastain's Hail Mary move in the final corners to make up enough positions to make the championship four. Spot on, spot off.
I mean, this is like P1 on any spot on ever. Like, I mean, this is like the biggest spot on you could possibly do. I mean, I'm still blown away that this happened. I mean, when you think about, like, this is, 75 years of NASCAR next year, and, like, nobody ever has done something like this and made it work.
It made it work. They've tried.
Like,
They've
right,
tried.
right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that... to think, and when you watch the video that's synced up to his audio, and it's like literally he's coming out of two, and they're like 2 spots. He's like, oh, like this lap, I need 2. He's like, yeah. He just gasses it up, grabs a gear, and just completely sends it like in that much of a split second. And he said, like, I never tried this on the simulator. This was never pre-planned. It wasn't in his head like, okay, if I get in this situation coming into this race, this is going to be my move. He just did it, and it worked. And, like, I mean, no matter how many times you watch the video, and no matter from what angle, it's just like, you just still can't believe it. It's just, I am dying to know, honestly, like, your guys' view from the roof on that, because unfortunately I was in the media center by then, so I was just watching on TV. So I saw that clip of, like, that everybody else saw where they're crossing the line, and all of a sudden he just shoots in. You're like, wait, is that Chastain? How? And then I heard the scanners light up of, like, other drivers going, oh my gosh, did you guys see that?
He was probably 15 car lengths behind us, probably getting down the back, coming down the backstretch, and I to this moment I have no idea what I said to Bubba, because I was dumbfounded. Like, he was just all of a sudden, like, I'm just in a normal corner. We're in the middle of 3 and 4, and he comes flying into my peripheral vision, and I'm like, I said, so they're wrecking out back. Wait, they're not wrecking. Like, watch the one up top. Like, I don't even know. I have to go back and listen to know what I said, but I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh my God, look at this.
Yeah. I think I just started hollering because he almost got to us.
Yeah.
And
he hit you.
Yeah, on the straight. We were already straight at that point, but I was calling him outside because we're racing Denny, and I'm just spotting Denny, like, clear by half, clear by whatever, and I'm like, see this blur, this thing. I'm like, somebody has hit the wall. No, he's doing that on purpose. And so we get like halfway through the corner. I'm like, he's gonna get there. This is gonna work. And I'm like, I'm like, coming outside. Like, and I don't think Brad, like, because you're just racing one car. Nobody just randomly shows up and makes up 10 car lengths and then is outside. And I don't know if it just didn't. We were driving off of Denny, and I'm thankful because I think Brad comes up no matter what at that point, because he's looking at one car. Then all of a sudden, here comes this flying object. Like, I mean, he was hauling ass. Like, it stood out. And
I mean,
I don't mean disrespect to people, but I thought I was watching a terrorist attack. Like, he went, same thing, peripheral vision. I'm running to the back. I'm like, holy shit. What he did, he's lying. They practice it on sim, okay? But, man, I've never seen anything like that, ever in any sport.
Jeff, I saw you tweet.
His lap time was 2 seconds faster than any lap that's ever been run.
That is an Xfinity X5 more than fast moment of the year. Every year.
Oh.
Hands
Decade.
down. Yeah.
Like, the most brilliant move that will ever be done in NASCAR,
Yep.
he pulled it off.
Jeff, I saw you tweet that drivers have already, gone to NASCAR saying there needs to be rules set in place for this in the future. And NASCAR has already said that he was within the bounds
There's
of
a
it.
tear in my beer.
What are you thinking?
Well, first of all, it didn't even occur to me that this would not be like a cool ass move until, like, I started hearing the drivers talk about it. Matt Weaver came up to me on pit road, and he's like, oh, yo, did you hear what Larson just said? Because all the drivers start coming over and talking. And,
my God.
And so he's like, yeah, he just said it was like embarrassing for the sport and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I mean, I didn't really think of it that way.
Your job is to go fast.
Yeah, I mean,
your job is to finish as good as you can finish.
was it an embarrassment?
No.
A quick question. Who was the last person to try this in the Cup race?
Kyle Larson.
Okay.
Well, he said he was embarrassed when he did it. He said, I tried it and I was embarrassed.
I bet if it worked, he wouldn't have been embarrassed.
No, same.
But I think, there's no way. Now, okay, I will say this. If this becomes the norm, like every Martinsville race, somebody's going to try to do this, or every playoff cutoff race, or you see it at Phoenix Championship race, like people start doing this all the time, and this is like how the end of races go, because it's not always going to work out. So you're going to have some like total show, whatever you guys call it on this podcast. Shisho. You know, like maybe you have to step in then and maybe say, all right, guys, like, but to do it, I mean, that just was like the best moment in NASCAR history.
It was crazy.
Dude, they brought it up. So I'm watching, well, you guys were eating your wings last night. Yeah. I'm watching Sunday Night Football. The Bills are playing. They talk about it like 2 or 3 times during the football game.
I saw a replay during the game.
Yeah, they showed it during the game. Like during one of the breaks, they were like, yeah, the NASCAR champion Ross Chastain with a big move today. Like, and they showed it like, so that's,
I mean, like truly viral. It's a
For
viral moment.
Selfishly, since this was the Xfinity 500, I mean, Xfinity could not have asked for a better move or really better ending to the race to have it be on additional sports coverage. I mean,
you want to know how to grow your fan base?
That.
Well, okay, so what?
Let your balls hang out and do that.
What are your guys' takes? I mean, do they at some point have to?
They're going to make a rule.
If they do, they're stupid.
They're going to make a rule.
If they do, they're dumber than I thought they were.
You have to.
You have to.
No, you
You
can't.
have to.
What do you say? Oh, my throttle hung. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, you're telling me
What
that first and
does
second.
the rule need to be?
Well, Logano's suggestion was if you
whiner.
if you hit the wall and gain a position from hitting the wall, it's like basically the reverse of a yellow line rule.
Here's my problem.
Whiner.
The issue is, I think they're going to make a rule. I don't think
They all got outsmarted and they're mad about it.
I think that
But
they're
it
going to
can't be
make
the normal.
I think that you can't. You got to protect these guys from themselves. You can't just have them driving into the fence all the time.
What
if they gave up?
If I mean, that would have been ugly. If he would have if Bubba would have pulled up in front of him, not knowing he's coming, and he rear-ended Bubba, it would have been lights out.
If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough.
Okay. Listen to yourself this morning.
I am.
Jesus.
I don't know, but here's what I don't want.
What are you going to call the rule?
Here's what I don't
want.
want.
Don't be a dumb.
You can't.
But
you
could be.
can't make this a judgment call, because then it's going to be
Every
disaster.
call's a judgment call.
It can't be a judgment call. It's got to be black and white. Whatever rule you're going to make,
That's the name of the
better
sport.
be black and
Judgment
white.
call.
Are you going to talk over everybody the whole show?
Welcome to my life.
Just you.
Yeah, you're only allowed to talk over Casey. No one else.
All right, let's move on.
Hey,
You
look
can't.
right.
What
so
is
you
your
know,
rule? What are you going to name this rule?
I'm not saying that I agree.
The
there should be a
watermelon
rule.
roll. I don't know.
The watermelon roll.
But how can you, if you're NASCAR, first of all, there's not even a rule against wrecking the leader out of a playoff race.
No, apparently not.
So why are you going to make a rule for this then? Like, you don't, if they don't want to officiate that, this, I'm sure in the tower, they're like, this is amazing. Like,
Because there's a difference in a guy bumping a guy trying to get the position on him, and I don't think he meant to spin him out. He definitely wrecked him.
Oh my God!
But I don't think he intentionally just wanted to back him into the wall. I think he wanted to shoot him up the track.
Okay.
Compared to, I mean, this could have been bad, like Freddie says. I don't want the championship to come down at Phoenix for, say whoever's leading goes into 3 and they're leading by 3 car lengths, and we got a guy that just blasts the fence and passes him on the outside. I mean, it'd be exciting, but I don't think it can be the normal. I don't think it can.
I don't think
you
this
iRacing advocates are now not iRacing advocates.
It's not safe.
It's illegal in iRacing, by the way.
Yeah, you actually get
I don't
penalized
think
for
though
it.
that
They officiate harder than we do.
if this was obviously like F1 or IndyCar or something that sort of like the more pure.
It wouldn't work.
But you wouldn't. Well, that's true. But you wouldn't make a rule. You don't care about the entertainment as much there. But this is NASCAR. Everything they do is going toward entertainment stuff. You just got the most entertaining outcome possible. So now how can they? And everybody's loving it. So how could you now go and be like, all right, well, you guys can't do that.
This is a bad, it's going to get to the point where we're going into 3 on the last lap of Martinsville, and every one of us is going to wall ride. Somebody's going to get in somebody and get checked up. And then you got this guy coming through there. How fast was he going?
I mean,
And you
Faster
hit
than the guy in front of him.
And you
1,000
hit
miles
almost a
faster than
stopped
the
car.
12 guys in
If
front of
something happens in front of you, like somebody gets checked up.
So the yellow line rule, the passing the grass can no longer exist. We can't wall ride. Like, come on, guys. Y'all are
can't-
crazy.
I mean,
But
If they
think
make
it'd
a
be-
rule about this, they'll lost their minds.
I think it's like an exceeding track limits type thing. Like if you exceed the normal lane, you're using something. I know it's not running outside the track, but if you're
I was
using
going to say, how do you exceed track limits?
when you use a wall to make go faster, I mean, that's pretty much exceeding the track limits in my opinion. But
I think you almost have to. I mean,
He outsmarted everybody, and y'all are mad about it.
I'm not saying that. I just said it can't be the norm because somebody's going to get hurt.
You
At
almost
his
might
own
have to
risk.
be reactionary though. Like you almost might wait till like if the next time this happens, a big wreck causes it, then maybe NASCAR goes, okay, well, like we can't do this anymore.
I can't believe y'all want to make a rule to stop this.
Nobody's saying we want to make a rule, Brett. If you
He's just
shut
saying-
up for a second and
he's
listen,
just saying he thinks there's going
I
to
think
be
there's
one.
going to be a
They
rule.
should not.
I like this part.
Brett's feisty today.
Me too.
Hey, so
Oh.
just so you know, listen to this. This is pretty incredible. Mike Wheeler says 125 mile per hour entering turn 3, 200-foot turn radius, converted to metric, divide by 9.8. He's a smart guy. So.
He's a
I don't know
he's
what- I
a
don't
he's a
know.
nerd.
The one car pulled about 5.2 G's the first part of that corner.
That's fighter
That's
pilot.
fighter jet
That's
shit right
crazy.
there.
Oh my gosh.
Did you guys
I
see
sw-
Bob's interview with Chastain that he posted on his social? That was the only time I've heard it. But Chastain he sees his car go by and he's like laughing and he's talking about the move and he says like, yeah, it's kind of scrambled my head a little bit too. I mean, I imagine like with all the stuff we've been talking about this car.
That's kind of what I was talking about. They need a rule.
Yeah, I mean that had to go. I mean,
You
that's-
just said they need a rule.
Well,
You said-
they're going to make a rule for that reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wish I would have been like Justin Marks, just walked up to Ross and been like, "That was our Phoenix car, man. What the." You know, like,
Is that what he did?
no, I said I wish he would.
That'd have been awesome. I know you want to sell your home. Do it with our friends at OfferPad. Go get a cash offer right now at OfferPad.com.